Let me share my screen with you. Can you see my messy screen?
Oh God.
Okay. Let me move my Zoom window over here. Pages, which is an app available for the Mac, for the iPad, for the iPhone, and it's free from Apple, was recently named one of the 10 best apps for computers. I use it every day for all kinds of things. Um, Let me show you real quickly one of the uses that I find really interesting, might be a little bit outside the box. It's a word processor. It's a desktop publishing app where you can actually publish books if you want using it. I used to use it for creating the CKCS newsletter. But I'm going to go ahead and open up my Photos app. And this is an Ali Open House from last year. I'm going to drag this to my desktop. And I have what's called stacks turned on, so it puts them in order categories, puts it into images. I want the metadata from this photo, which is the information that the camera stamps on that photo. When was it taken? What kind of camera was used? Where was it? So I'm going to do a Command I. On the Mac, the Command key is similar to the Control key on the PC, but I'm going to do hold down the Command and hit the I. Oh, and it tells me it was taken August 1st, 2024 with an iPhone 15 Pro at Kroger Field. Okay, so I'm going to close Photos. I'm going to open Pages, which is right down here. Pages, Numbers, and Keynote are Apple's versions of probably what you would call Office. Down here, I'm going to click on New Document. And remember, you can do this on the iPad. You can do it on the iPhone because Pages is available for it too. I'm going to choose a blank landscape template. There we go. And I need my ruler. So I'm going to hold down the Command key and hit the R for ruler. There we go. And it's all drag and drop. It's so easy to use. I'm just going to drag this photo from last year's Ali Open House into Pages. There we go. And it's got, and this appeared last year in the newsletter, CKCS newsletter. It's got handles, these little things on the corner are handles, and I'm going to pull it out here to make it fill the screen. Got another page down here, which I'm not going to mess with. That's a blank page. But anyway, this is Pages. I'm going to go ahead and create a shape. Whoops, didn't mean to move that. Let's try that again. Shape, click on it. Okay, there we go. Happens to be black. I'm going to put it right on top of the picture, make it smaller. The opacity is totally black. I want it to be sort of see-through. So I'm going to drag the little opacity over here, make it lighter. And this is just, oh, here's my other box. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to create a text box. This is just one of the many things you can do with Pages that people don't realize. You're on your iPad, you're on a Mac, you're on an iPhone, you can actually drag your pictures from Photos, Apple Photos, the app, to your device, and then title them or whatever you want to do. I'm going to type Ali Open House 2024 at Kroger Field. To me, it will always be Commonwealth Stadium. So I have trouble when I type Kroger Field for some reason. Okay, it's black. I don't want black text, so I'm going to go up to text. Text color, I want it to be white. I can either click on this real quickly and choose white, or I can choose the color wheel over here, and I can choose crayons, customize it, but I'm going to choose white. There we go. I'm going to increase this text, so I can just do a Command plus. Going to center it, and then I'm going to change the font. I don't necessarily like Helvetica or Helvetica New. See what this looks like. Not so much. Half the battle is finding the right font. But anyway, okay, make it bold. Okay, that'll work. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, cuts off the text box. So, whoops, I didn't mean to send it over there. Let me drag this up. Click off it, drag it up. Make the little black background a little bit larger so you can see it. Drag your text box down here. Pull the little handle down below. Kind of center it. I'm going to make this black background a little bit smaller. And it's kind of fun. You're just creating a, and you could do this. I used to do this. I still use this for the newsletter. You can do this for all of your pictures. You can put little nameplates under people's faces if you want, or down here by their feet, whatever you want to do. You can do all kinds of things. You can put what they call a stroke around that. Or a border line. And we're going to choose white. There we go. We're going to make it smaller. It's too a stroke. I call it a stroke. The border is too large. There, that's a little bit better. And it really improves your photos when you do this. Like if you have pictures out west or down in Florida, California, Maine, whatever, you can go one by one. If you want to send these to people, you can identify them. You can do anything you want. You can put the date, you can use the metadata. Finally, this is in Pages format. Well, I am not going to send this in Pages format to somebody because I don't know if they have Pages. Just like I never send anybody a Word document unless I'm sure they have Word. I typically save this as a PDF. Apple Pages will open Word documents, save them as Word documents, will read Word documents. It's backward engineered. So I'm going to come up to File, going to say Export to PDF. Here are my other choices. EPUB is what they use to create ebooks, the format. There's Word, I'm going to say PDF. I'm going to use the best image. I'm just going to say save, give it a name, 2024 Holly open. Save it to my desktop. And I still have the Pages version, which hasn't been saved. So I can save it or delete it, whatever. I'm going to go up, hold down my Option key, save as, 2024 Holly open, save it to my desktop because I'm great at losing things, quit it, and there we go. And then I can do a quick view of it by clicking once on it and hitting my space bar. And it shows it. That's the Pages version. Here's the, where's the PDF version? Here it is, PDF documents. There we go. I just think it helps to add IDs to photos so people know what they are, whatever. And you could, like I said, you could put everybody's names down here. And that I did all that in Pages. Just all drag and drop. It's done in 5 minutes and you're ready to go. And that's it. Easy if you know how to do it, and doesn't take a lot of time or effort. So there you go. I challenge everybody to open up Pages, which is free, and do it on their Mac, their iPad, or their iPhone. Drag a photo in there and customize it so you can send it to somebody.
Okay, I might mention that in the chat room, there are several handouts there. And Kurt, you have added handout of Apple Pages items. Oh, okay. And under that, you have 10 hidden pages PDF.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
All right. So that handout of Apple Pages items, that's you don't download that. Look in
You
chat.
can. It should be in there in chat, so you can download if you want.
Okay. The hidden pages, I see the download option for. I just don't see it for the handout.
Oh. Well, let me go ahead and let me go ahead and I'll investigate.
Okay, sounds
Oh,
good.
underneath it, it says you or me. Underneath it, there's a spot where you can download it.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So let's go on over to Joe. And Joe, you have a couple of handouts in the chat also, but I'm going to turn it over to you to go through your presentation.
Okay, if you go into the chat, you'll find a handout on this class. It's one handout with two topics on it. And what we're going to talk about tonight is um, adding an icon to your phone or maybe on your home page. And my scenario is frequently you go to the same place on the web. So you open your browser and you type in, for example, Central Kentucky Computer Society, and then enter and then open it up. So you've got all these different steps in there. I'm going to show you how to get rid of all of those and just put an icon on your phone for that. So let me share my phone here and get it opened up.
We might mention that even though he's displaying it on his phone, you can do it in the iPad the same way.
Yes, exactly.
And did you share your screen first, Joe?
It's first time this has ever happened. It's searching and searching.
Oh,
Let me start that over.
okay.
Share my screen.
Funny that nothing ever works when you got people watching.
It works perfect when nobody's here.
That's right. I know.
Is it still just twirling?
It's moving slow. It's getting old.
Okay.
Yay. That
There we
it?
go. Yay.
So again, what I'm going to show you is how to create an icon. On my phone right now, you can see this C, and if I tap on that, I go straight to Central Kentucky Computer Society webpage. And there it is. So let me show you how to do that. And I think you'll find it kind of interesting. Um, The first thing to remember in doing this, you can't do it from Google or Chrome or some of the other ones. You have to go to Apple's devices and use Safari. Now, a lot of people are going to say like, "Ooh, I don't know where that is." But on your phone or your pad, there's usually a search button here, and you can tap on that search button and type in Safari. Usually a couple of letters will get it. And here it is. So I'm going to type Safari. And I've gone to the page that I want opened. I went to Central Kentucky Computer Society, and you can see it right here. Now, on this page, you go down here to the share button. If you don't remember what the share button is, a square with an arrow on it, and it'll take you a bunch of different places. So I'm going to tap on that, and we'll get this screen where I could email it or text it. But I'm going to keep on going down here until I find add to home screen. So I'm going to tap on that, and I'm going to call it CKCS. And then up here at the top where it says add, I'm going to tap on that. And notice I'm on a different page here. It put this in here. So now anytime that I want to go to that page, all I have to do is click on that. It'll pop right up. This could be maybe your stocks and bond, maybe your Herald Leader or whatever. So all you have to do is tap on it and it'll go. Any questions on that? It's all spelled out in the handout also, step by step, if you're interested in giving that a try. I use this one a lot because I'm constantly having to go to CKCS to figure out what's going on when, or what's the photo contest of next month, and all kinds of good information. So that's my first topic. Let me get out of that.
Is there a way
Yeah.
to change the symbol that indicates CKCS?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Is there a way you can change the symbol? The icon, look,
I did not research that.
just wondered, okay.
It appears to be it's the first letter that comes up, but I'll check that out while Brookie's doing her stuff. Okay, the next thing is in your photos. If you've been using your photos lately since iOS 18, there's been lots and lots of changes. And one of them that this has actually been around for a while is pretty neat. So I'm going to open my photos. And when you open your photos, it'll open on a page that looks like this. And I'm going to go down in here where it says people and pets. Now, you see a bunch of names, people in here and names, and you see some people that don't have names. In some sort of random selection, Apple has put some faces in here that it recognizes that maybe I see a lot. So what I want to do is give these people a name. And once I give them a name and tap on them, it will go to all the pictures in my photos that it can find. Now I've got about 6,000 photos. And if I wanted to show you all the pictures I've got, for example, of Brookie, and there's one 14 years ago and one 3 years ago and one 2 years ago, but this would look for her face and find all of them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do it from here. There's one that Apple populated, but you can go to any of your photos and I'm going to tap on her face and it comes up and says, name this person. So I'm going to do that. And call it Josie and say done. And now, where'd she go? Here she is. And any photos that she's in will be popping up. So that's a neat way to capture images of some of you grandmas. I know will want pictures of your nieces and nephews and grandkids. And it's pretty good way to do it. Another one is, let me see here. I'm going to go back to all of my photos, my recents. I'm just going to go up here and look for something, look for a picture, and let's see what I can find. Oh, here's one. It does people, but it'll also do your pets. Here's a picture of a Jack Russell Terrier, and I'm going to tap on him. And at this point, let me go to, I'll slide up. And when I slide up, you don't see this, but it will,
We see it.
pardon?
Go
Oh, you're
ahead.
seeing the bottom part?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
no, but I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, when you do this, right down here is a little icon, and this will be on people and pets, and you can tap on that, and then these screens don't transfer. It's well written out in the handout, but it says edit the name and then it'll say name this pet, and I'm going to tap on here and type Toby. And then say, say done and done. And now let me go back into my people and pets album. And you notice there's Toby, but I don't have any, he's long gone. I don't have many pictures of pets in here. But if I had several pictures every one of them here would show up. So that's a real neat way to capture family, friends, or pets, and really easy to work. And if you follow the steps on the handout, it makes it real easy. Questions? Okay, Brookie, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, if you'll quit sharing your screen, I will share mine. Okay, I actually had the same issue that Joe did, and what I'm going to show you, it actually doesn't really want to come through Zoom. Okay, mine's thinking also.
There it is.
Okay. Now I have to pull it up on,
Close your control center.
hold on, I'm still don't have the screen up for me. Okay. See if I can escape out of that. Okay, all right, so you can see my homepage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my portion is that I'm going to talk about how you can edit bursts and live photos. And to start with, I'm going to talk about what bursts are for those who might not know, and how to make a burst and then how to edit it. All right. So this is also what you can do on your iPhone as well. So you can follow along if you don't have an iPad. The burst mode is something that Apple has put in the iPhone and the iPad that takes multiple photos all at once. And the advantage to that is that if you're doing sports or maybe fireworks or even a pose, family pose, it will take multiple pictures at one time. And so if somebody's moving or they're blinking or it's just not a very good picture, one of those bursts, one of those images in that burst is going to work for you usually. Okay, so how do you do that? I'm going to go to my camera, and I don't have any action going on, but it will just show you how the camera works. All right, so I've gone to the camera. All right. If I want to do a burst on the iPad, then I'll go here to my shutter button. Okay. And I'm going to hold it, and I want you to watch on the screen right here next to it. You should see how many images I'm going to make by how long I hold it. Did you see that?
13.
13. All right. So I have 13 images of that. Well, you wouldn't want to do that of something still, but that's just how you take a burst. If you are on the iPhone, then on the iPhone, you have to put your finger on the shutter button and you need to drag it to the left. And however long you hold that is how many bursts you're going to get. Okay, so I'm going to go to my photo app because I want to edit a burst. In the iPad, you have your sidebar over here, and you can find all the bursts that you have taken under media types. So you see the media types here, and here you have bursts down here. So I'm going to tap bursts. And this is the last burst I made. Okay, I'm going to move it up here. But I'm going to pick up one of these pictures down here, okay, so that you'll see a little bit more action. All right. So this is where, Zoom won't let you see some things that I actually see on my screen. So to start with, I actually am going to go to another album just to show you what I see. All right. For that first, this is what I see. You don't see it, all right? But the first has a item up here, and it tells you how many bursts, how many.
Yeah, we see that.
Okay, because this is a screenshot, okay?
Oh,
You can't, yes,
forgot.
you see it when I'm showing you it. So I'm showing you a screenshot of it, and you'll notice that I have 94 bursts, and there's a little arrow. Okay, I have to go back to the real photo now. Okay, so I'm going to go to the real photo, which was in verse. I'll go up here, and this is the real photo. But you notice Zoom won't let me show you what was over here on this side. All right, but that's what I'm touching on my iPad, the 94. And when I do that, you'll notice that it comes up with this scrubber here. All right, I'm going to tap off of these. I was practicing a little bit. Okay, so the scrubber is here at the bottom. And these are the 94 pictures I took of this. And so I can either take my finger and I can scroll through 94 different pictures and try to find the one or two or maybe five that I really like. All right. And get rid of the rest. So you can do that, or you can go down to the bottom to the scrubber here. And you can really go through them very quickly. Okay. I'm going to actually get rid of these two that I've done. All right. So here are just different images that I've taken, but I don't want to keep them all. So let's say I want to keep that one. What I will do is I will go to this little circle right here and I will tap it. And when I tap it, I'll get a check mark. All right. And then I can go a little bit further to another one. And let's say I like this one. All right. I'll keep going and I'll just do one more. So I've selected 3 out of the 94 that I really want to keep. And when I've done that, then up here, I'm going to tap on done. Okay. And what it should have done, it should have actually said, do you want to keep these 3 or do you want to keep everything? But it went ahead and just went to the end of it. So let's see if we can find another burst that I want to use, that we can maybe show it a little bit better. Actually, I think that's the only one that I really, let's try this one. Okay. This is a burst of 66 photos. All right. And I'll just go through here. I'm going to tap on the burst, and then all the bursts are going to show up. And I'm just going to select a couple here. All right. I'm going to go up to the top up here. I'm going to hit done, and let's hope that, okay, this is what usually comes up is it says, would you like to keep the other 63 photos in this burst? So you can actually keep everything, or you can keep your 3 favorites. So I'm going to hit keep only 3 favorites and hit done. Okay. And then that takes it out of the burst and it puts actually those 3 photos in my photo album. Okay. So that's how you edit bursts. Any questions about bursts?
Yeah, Brookie, when you showed the film strip along the bottom,
Yes.
How did you make that move? When you
Um,
were,
what you have to do is up here, you have to hit that little icon that says burst. Okay, I
Okay.
can't show you it because it's not showing up, but once
Yeah.
you hit that, then these come up. And when these come up, you can either put your finger on it and move it,
Oh,
or you actually can go to the scrubber and you can move it very quickly.
oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, so that's first. The other thing that Apple does, and I will go back to there, and that is it takes live photos. So let's talk about what are live photos. Live photos is what your iPhone and your iPad will record if the live icon is on, and it records a second and a half before you hit the shutter button and a second and a half after. So for 3 seconds, it's a video that it actually makes. So I'm going to go back to my camera so that you can see how that happens. All right, so look up here. This is the live icon. If it's yellow, live is on. If you tap it, then live is off and it turns white and it has a line through it. So most times you don't want to take a live picture. It's a 3-second video. It has more, memory in it. It has more things taking up memory. So you want to have that off. But I have found on my iPhone occasionally it will pop on, and I'll look and I'll think, oh, I all day I've been doing live photos. Okay, so we'll talk about how you can first of all, try to notice that so that if it's yellow, you know that you're taking live and make sure you turn it off. And then we'll talk also about how you can turn off a live photo. All right. So that's how you take them. Why would you want to take them? Sometimes it is really good to catch some action. It's good sometimes when you're taking a portrait and you want to catch somebody with their eyes open or looking at you. So sometimes it comes in handy there. And then also you can animate it and make it a GIF, and and you can send it. And we'll talk about all of that now. So I'm going to go back to my photos. All right. And in my photos, under media types, you also have live photos. Okay. So that's where you can actually navigate to see all the photos that you've taken live. All right. I actually, for this presentation, I put them down here in another folder that I want to share with you. Okay. Live also doesn't show the icons. So let me make sure that I have the one that I want to show you here. Let me just hit one of these and see if it's the live one. Yeah, this is live. Okay, so I took live photo of this photo. And you notice up here it says live. And also you have these tools down here. And this right here is your editing tool. So we're going to start with the editing tool. I'm going to show you a couple things with that. And then I'm going to show you a couple of things with this icon up here. But because of Zoom, I can't do it on this picture. So I'm going to go back to actually a live picture. All right, let's go with this little girl. Okay, this is a live shot. And what I will do is I will go down here and I will tap on the edit tools. You can't see it, but I showed you earlier, okay? I'm gonna tap on the edit tools. And when I do that, all the edit tools come up. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do with this live photo is we are going to what is called make a key photo. Okay, a key photo is a frame of this video that you want to show up in your photo album. You want that frame to show up. You might not want this frame. All right. So I'm going to go over here to live, and I actually am going to tap on it. And when I do, here is the live video. This is the video that was taken. And this one is the key photo right now. But I'm going to change it. So the purpose of this is to look at what different frames I have and which one I want to keep. Remember, this is a video. They're not individual images. It's a video. All right. So I can just tap it and see each one. All right. And notice when I tap it, it gives me the option, make key photo. Okay. So maybe I like that one. I can only keep one. I can only make one frame the key photo. All right. So you see you've got different, in just that 3 seconds, you've got all of these different looks, right? So it comes in handy, especially with little kids, you know, that move very, very fast, and you're not maybe going to get the one that you actually want. So then I'll go back to this one, and maybe this is the one that I want to keep. Okay. And so if that's the one I want to see when I open my photos, I will tap it and I will make it the key photo, so that when I go back to all my photos, this is the frame that's going to show. Okay. So that's making a key photo. The second thing that you can do with this is that you can actually shorten this video. And to shorten this video, you can take these little, let me go back to the make key. Okay. On the ends here, these are little handles. Okay. And you can shorten the video if you'd like to. So you can tap it and then pull it back. Hold this one and pull it back. And then you can make a shorter live picture. And that kind of comes in handy if you're going to make it a loop, or if you're going to make it another animated feature. All right. So those are the two things you can do. And then the third thing is, if there is, it also, a live picture records sound. So maybe you don't want it to have any sound. Then on this screen, this is where you can tap up here and you can mute it, so there's no sound with it. Okay. Any questions about making a key photo, trimming it, and muting it? Okay. So we've done that, and we're going to hit done. All right. So now that is the photo that is in my photo album. Okay. All right. Now you can animate it. And I think I'm going to use another, well, we'll see if that works for animation. Okay. So I'm going to pull that one back up. And I'm actually going to show you the screenshot, because you can't see it over Zoom. But when you have a photograph and you want to do some other things to it, this is an icon up here that says live. And if you tap the caret here, this placard comes up. This menu comes up. And this is where you can keep it live, or you could loop it. And I'm going to show you a video that loops. You can bounce it, kind of makes a GIF or a GIF, whatever, however you pronounce that. I think there's two pronunciations. You can do long exposure. I've not had any success with that, but maybe one of you all might have had some success. And then this is also where you can turn live off. All right. So, and then portrait on and portrait off. If you have it off, things will be a little bit more in focus. All right. So that's how you animate it. So I've got to go back to the real picture. Okay, and I will go to this one. All right, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to tap on live. And I'm going to actually choose loop. Okay, that is animating it as a loop. So you can take a live picture and it will just keep showing it over and over and over. Okay. I'm going to go back. Actually, I did not want to actually go quite back. Okay. I'm going to tap it and now I'm going to make it a bounce. Okay. So you see what a bounce does. It just makes it go forward and backwards and forward and backward. And then long exposure, I don't, I've never had that one really work well, but maybe you'll have figured that out. Okay. And then I can actually turn live off. And then it will not show up as a live picture, but it will still be a 3-second video. Okay. The only way to get rid of that is that you could duplicate it and then you could delete the actual live picture and keep the duplicate. Okay. So, all right. So that is a live picture. And it's, let's see if that one looks any cuter with a loop. Let's see if the loop will work. Okay, and this one is the bounce. Okay. So, all right. Okay, so that is editing a burst, which is multiple photos, and it's also how to edit a live photo. Okay, any questions? All right. Okay, let me stop sharing. And do we have any other questions come up for the other people?
I have a comment. Somebody, I don't remember who it was, asked if you could change the icon when you brought a web page over to your home page. And I tried another when I tried ESPN, and it came over with a image that's similar to ESPN, but it only showed the first letter. So I'm thinking the first letter and then what other information it may capture.
Thank you for
I-
checking it out.
Okay.
I actually did one several months ago. Well, actually, a couple of years ago. And the funny thing is that it showed up as the front of the web page. So I don't know why it did that for CKCS, but it did. We'll have to research a little bit more. Okay.
Anyway, it'll save you some keystrokes. It's nice to have.
Yes, you can get to it really quick. You can do that for everything. So if you would like to have the calendar of all of our classes, you could go to our website, go to the calendar, and then make that a bookmark on your screen, and then you can just tap it, and the classes will come right up.
You can do that too, Brookie,
Carolyn
on
had
your
her hand
Mac.
over the screen. Was she trying to get your attention? Carolyn.
Carolyn, do you have a question? No?
No. Okay.
You
All
can
right.
do that on the Mac too, Brookie. It'll put it on your dock.
Oh, okay.
Same exact thing. You have to use Safari though, just like Joe was mentioning.
I have a question. On your burst, how do you determine how long the burst you're going to do?
It's how long you leave your finger on that shutter button. Okay, so if you
Like the photo button, for example, on my
Huh?
phone.
on
On
your
my,
phone, on your phone, same thing. When you drag that shutter button over to the left, it's how long you do that, and you have to let it real quick if you just want a few. The longer you leave it, you leave your finger on that, the more bursts you will get. Anything you want to add to that, to Joe?
No, it's just sometimes when you're trying to drag it over, it may do something else. So just give it a shot, drag it over, hang on to it. You can watch the numbers going up. If you only want about 10, let your finger up. If you want 50, hold it down.
You know,
Okay.
I'm thinking that might come in really ideally at a place like Keeneland for the
Yeah,
horses. If you're
The
right
horses.
on the, you know,
I'm sure that's what they do at the basketball games where they get the perfect photo of the person stuffing the basketball in at the very exact second. And
yep.
they probably shoot 1,000 and pick one out of the middle.
One out of the burst. The other thing is that if you use your timer on your iPad or on your phone, it automatically makes 10 images in one burst. There's no way to change that. So it's automatically. So if you have some bursts and you wonder, where did those come from? And it was 10 images, then it's because you've used the timer on your camera. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, I think that we've done this in almost an hour. That's really good timing. And we will see you back here May 20th. And hopefully we see you at some of the other events that we are having. So